how are we going to take this to a mobile device?
When I might be able to buy an iPhone. Can you tell me when that'll be available?
Steve Jobs promised the world a better future of portable smartphone that has a strong chip, quality camera, faster and easy to fit. Today, iPhone is #1 used smartphone. It became a global symbol of luxury and creativity simply because it got popularity with its quality pictures and polished experience. For years, everyone was dreaming of owning iPhone, except for some recurring failed disasters that shows up later after you've bought iPhone. Today, we explore the foolish failures by Apple, which you might not have been aware of, from iPad to smartphone. The release of iOS 4 was a game changer in the space of Apple market. It was a major update that introduced features like multitasking, home screen wallpapers, and was first to be called iOS instead of iPhone OS. It was also the first version of iOS that Apple developed with its own in-house A4 chip and was initially released for the iPhone 4. But that doesn't change the fact that it came with a lot of problems, battery and performance issues. The battery issue has been around since after the release of iOS 4. iPhone 3G users reported battery issues since after upgrading to iOS 4. In November 2010, Apple was sued for the issues with unsatisfied customer alleging violating the Customer Legal Remedies Act, unfair business practices, and false and deceptive advertising, with further allegation that Apple knew its software would cause problem on older models. Apple never responded to the allegation, but wrote in reply to another unsatisfied customer in August 2010 that updates were coming soon. As we hope the battery issue remained with iOS 4, but keeps on showing up across iPhone iOS updates. On iOS 5, Apple confirmed that several live battery bugs were negatively affecting battery life. Apple attempted to fix these bugs on iOS 5.1.1. iOS 6 has no battery issues at all. That seems like battery bugs are finally gone on iPhone. That's yes, until iOS 7 shows up with a battery issues back again. Users reported significant drain on their device's battery after installing the update iOS 7.1. Battery indicator stuck until restart. iPhone iOS 4. Users reported problem with battery indicator, which would freeze at the same time until the phone was restarted. iOS 8 and 9, no battery issues detected. But here again on iOS 10. 30% battery bug. Many users, especially those who owning iPhone 6s, reported that their phones would shut down automatically with 30% battery left. This issue was fixed with the release of iOS 10.3. As of the iOS 10.2.1 release, iOS throttled CPU performance on iPhone with batteries in poor health. Due to poor communication from Apple on the addition of this feature, suspicions about the planned obsolescence arose, which eventually led to the battery gauge controversy shortly after the release of iOS 11. As a result, Apple announced battery replacement will be $29 instead of $79. They also announced that iOS 11.3 would show battery health in the settings, battery menu, and let the users decide if they wanted the previous 30% of shutdown behavior or the throttled CPU. And again, iOS 11 and 12 has no battery issues at all. But here we are again on iOS 13, battery drain issues. Some users reported excessive battery drain following the initial release of iOS 13. iOS 14 also has similar battery issues. And posts are made on both Twitter and Reddit about the issue. Basically, what the title says, has anybody else been experiencing tons of bugs within the Apple ecosystem as whole? iOS 18 is where it started for me. Everything feels a bit laggy. I regret downloading iOS 18. Yeah, since iOS 18 came out, I've noticed my battery life drastically decreased throughout the day. And extremely laggy text. Even right now as I'm typing, this the words lag a bit before they appear. Very annoying as it was completely smooth before. And here we go again, Apple. Recall iPhone 6s because of the battery issue, and they don't have batteries to fix the phone. My iPhone 7 battery is going crazy. Is there any problem with the batteries? Anybody else has problem with iPhone where the screen randomly turns black and you have to press the home button to fix it? I think I have the iPhone that battery back then. Third time my phone powered off with 15% battery left. The Apple ID verification bug is making me hate my iPhone. Since I got 16 Pro Max, I've been noticing all kinds of glitches. Today I had multiple freeze up, apps crashing, and the nerve was just ridiculous.
The iPhone 17 has got a serious problem, and Apple's official response? You're charging it wrong. There is a whole lot of iPhone 17 drama and some new problems we've got to talk about. And also I feel like around every iPhone launch, there is always this big question of if the iPhone has hit its peak, is it boring, is it still relevant? And if you're thinking that, you're not the only one, because there's an Apple executive who also thinks that Apple needs to kind of move on and beyond the iPhone. I've got a...
you have a search warrant, but you can't unlock the trunk.
Here's the situation is on your smartphone today, your iPhone, there's likely health information, there's financial information, there are intimate conversations with your family or your coworkers, there's probably business secrets, and you should have the ability to protect it. And the only way we know how to
In the well-known 2016 dispute with FBI, Cook famously stated that creating a backdoor to the iPhone would be the software equivalent of cancer and would compromise the security of hundreds of millions of people. He maintained that Apple's job is to protect its customers' data and civil liberties. Major flaws. When major high-profile bugs occur, such as serious FaceTime eavesdropping bugs discovered in 2019, Apple acknowledged the issues and quickly released a fix. A spokesperson at that time confirmed a fix will be released in a software update later that week. Lawmakers have previously pressed Cook for answers regarding such critical flaws. Regarding more general users' experience issues, such as the green bubble issue when messaging introducers, Cook's response has been less conciliatory. He suggested if users want a better messaging experience with iPhone users, they should buy your mom an iPhone. The company has since committed to adopting the RCS standard to improve cross-platform messaging. Generally, Cook's public comments focus on the strategic importance of privacy and overall system security, rather than the day-to-day management of minor software glitches. Regardless what Cook's future could be for iPhone, that doesn't change the fact that users have experienced several issues with iPhone iOS, such as Bluetooth not working on iOS 18, download stuck or fail on iOS 18 and 26, in which phone would freeze during installation process, phone overheating on iOS 18 and 29, especially on charger, Wi-Fi not working on iOS 5, even battery drain, which is the most common issue in iPhone.